everyone, you're watching Jana FX. In this video I will make technical analysis for tomorrow, 25th February. I will share with you where my entry points right now, and I want to show you a little bit of the profits. Today we had all the trades again profitable. Some are actually still floating with profits, and here you go. That's some of the results, and now let's see where we are, where I am, and what I'm looking for. So euro dollar, look, the euro dollar is back in the same area. This is where was our trade today, so it was a sell. Remember, I actually told you about that possibly it will stop by this level and turn around. So right now it's trying to get out from this channel, but I'm going to use the same area and the same levels, placing my orders for tomorrow, and waiting for the night, because it is a night time, and change between one day to another day, you know about the spread gets wider. So that's why, for example, now I'm going to deactivate my orders, and they are not going to be on until a few hours when the spread will come down, and then I'm going to switch them on and probably leave them for through the Asian session. Okay, so it might be a little bit risky because euro dollar already jumped quite a bit, so it might can have jumped and can come back, who knows, and return or anything else. I still at this moment expect a possible, because it's returned back into this area, it's tried to break out but didn't, so I would expect it more a possible continuation of the uptrend. Okay, so that would be my first scenario, that it will continue the way up. So that's the, but I'm still placing the both directions, because just in case, you never know, it might have just a bit of a movement and come back, and you know it might resume the and go downtrend. You never know, but this moment of course I see it more like continue the way up. Now going to pound dollar, and well, unfortunately, you see the all the movement I was expecting, it was happened actually during Asian session. And remember, I actually said last night that you could possibly just buy from here. I had a buy before, and it was a very small profit, and because it was Asian session, I didn't want to place a buy again. Okay, so I said let's wait until the opening of the European session before it, and then we will see if the market maybe will have a pullback, go back in the same area, because it was really nice consolidation, nice channel. But you see, it's all happened at night. I did not place any orders here, guys, because yes, it was a double top, but I wasn't sure how far it will fall, because it is a bit risky to go for shorts, because pretty much everybody buying. At this moment, guys, I have an order here, and it quite possibly will get me into the trade, which if it will do so, right now I still have a 20 pips with a little bit of the spread distance from there. If it will take me before the change of the day, then it's okay, I will leave it as it is. If not, I'm going to deactivate the orders and see when the spread will go wide and then come back, come down a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to activate them and leave them for the night again for the Asian session. I do expect a possible, it had enough of correction, except there was still no good correction for pound, but maybe that was enough for it to have a correction, and so I will see my as my first scenario a possibility it will continue the way up. We'll try to fill in this a week, right? Go back to the same, it's just touched it, and go back to the same area, and then maybe the battle will be a little bit more here, and then we will see what's going to be next, because at this moment there is still nothing negative for pound. Okay, guys, that's why I see it's more continuating. Of course, you never know, possibly again it might have a jump and might come back in here and start to consolidate and have a bit of the correction, and this could end up as a bearish flag. So I don't exclude this possibility. That's why I still have the both orders, and that possible if it will go back, and you know, you quite possibly can catch the pound on the way down, but you see, not too far. Still looking at it can be stalled by any levels, right, and be a very small trade, small move and a small trade. So that's why you need to be quite careful on the ways down for pound. So that's why at this moment I see still as a uptrend for pound. Okay, dollar Canadian, I have showed you this area yesterday, said about this level, and I placed my orders here, guys. So I did catch this movement and still in a trade with this. You saw some, it was closed, some of the lots, and I still have it running. It's not on this one because this is, I'm showing you where my orders are and levels, because I can't do it on a live account, so in case I'm just going to press something, okay, I don't want to make a mistake on my live account. So that's why I'm showing you here is a more on a different demonstration account. And so you see, guys, well, this is where I place the orders. So you pretty much first you see it jumped out and then came back. So as I'm trying to show you, sometimes it might not create the consolidation, but it still will show that this is a strong area. You see it jumped in, was stopped by this level and jumped out and gave back in, and finally had a nice breakout. So that's why I had here, guys, sell. Well, and the pending order buy, which didn't work, but sell order worked out quite well, and I'm not closing right now here. Actually, if you watched my previous reviews a while ago, it was one of our scenarios of the downtrend for dollar Canadian and reaching this level. I have said about this when we were still around here somewhere. Finally, we reached, but right now actually oil is also going up, which helps Canadian dollar, and dollar is dropping against it. So that's why might possibly this time it will not stop by this level and actually continue even further. That's why I have my trailing stop, which is in the profit, and I'm going to leave it now. Just it's over, of course. The levels and trades are run by EA right now, so that's why I'm going to leave it and see how far it will go, and of course uh, wherever it will turn around, it's going to be come out with the profitable stop loss. Okay, so what is it now? Right now for the dollar Canadian, of course, there is nothing. Let's just see where it's going to stop, and then next consolidation we will see what to do with. Dollar yen had a really nice movement, also as expected, except I did not place any orders because I'm not into dollar yen at this moment. You see, I have other pairs which I think give a little bit better signals, let's say that way, except dollar yen worked out very well with pretty much everything I said. It's done exactly that. You see here, guys, where I said to you that this was possible to place orders buy from that level, but I didn't want to do it again in Asian session. I was saying it's better maybe to wait again for the possibly American session, right? Because dollar yen moves quite well during American session, and of course it has moves during Asian session, but like I'm saying, quite often it's the wider spreads, and slipperage can be because it's not many people trading, and could be low volatility, liquidity, and that's why it's usually a little bit risky to do it for the night. Of course, if you are not sleeping and for you it's a daytime, so you can watch it and you can see and try to trade during those sessions. But for me, it's night and I can't control it, and then of course I can place orders with the EA, what I do quite often. But like I'm saying, because of the wider spreads and slipperages, it might be the situations when sometimes if you see something happens and it's slipped, or you know, the bigger spread, and it took you into the trade where you didn't want to, then you have to use manually, right, to, you know, to move your stop and or maybe get out from the trade. That's why I don't really like to do it with full Asian sessions, especially if there is nothing there. Would be like, let's say when I will be sure 90% or if it would be better consolidation or something. So anyway, so that was pretty much as expected, right? So we went up back to the same level where we were here. Right now it's okay. You might say, okay, maybe we should put the sell order here, but at this moment, you see what's the danger could be. We are in uptrend channel, so that was a correction. Okay, so now we are going up, and so we are waiting for a bit of a correction of this movement, and so that correction could be very low, very small, and only go to this level, for example, right? And if it will do so, it's only going to be 20 something pips, where usually I'm placing my own pending orders. You see 20 plus a little bit with the spread, it's exactly where it would be my sell order. So that's why, for example, I wouldn't go for it, because here, right, if it could be a correction of this uptrend a bit, from here it might turn around and continue the way up because it is actually in uptrend channel. So that's why it needs here a little bit more of consolidation again, or maybe giving like a double top or something like it was here, except even here I was not sure about this. Remember, that's why I didn't want to place orders. So that's why it's better to wait for the movement in here. Of course, it might have a nice move down here for that small profit, but what would be more possible, of course, depends what the news could be. If it will go down to this level, consolidate, then quite possible I would have looking more towards it continue the way up then. Okay, so if it will go down here, then I see it more turning around. Also, it might go not use that level and go through to the same, this one, and go on top of it. I would look a possible again to see it is as a resume in the uptrend in here again. It's technical view. That's how I would see it as a technical. Okay, so that's why at this moment I'll just wait for it. Australian dollars, you can see guys here on I had this level, those orders, and now I'm in a trade with this movement. So it went up, and our pending order buy with a bit of the distance, of course. Here we are in a profitable trade right now. So right now the stop is in a safe position and just waiting for a possible continuation of the movement up. Of course, if, for example, it will not continue, will turn around, I will come out with a small profit again. And if it will go back, who knows, just touch this level, then I'm going to place orders buy again, right, use that as a possible pullback. If it will go inside this, then I'm going to switch both orders for buy, pending order, and sell. So that's pretty much with Australian. Pound yen, as you can see, guys, had also the movement at night. You saw I had the trade, and why I placed the orders again at night with pound yen, because obviously it's yen again. But you see, yesterday I was explaining to you that I wouldn't go for anything, even though I said to you again, I had a small profit here, and I would have buy if it wouldn't be during the Asian session. But I told you that what I'm waiting here, either consolidation, pull back, or go back inside this area, right? Because the buy order was this level and sell was using that channel, right? So sell was pending order somewhere around down here. So that's why I said if it will be pulled back, then I will be looking to place in my buys again. And it's exactly what happened. So that was changing from one day to another day. So I had my pullback I was waiting for. And that's why afterwards I decided to place the orders. Of course, I didn't expect it will be such a big and huge move. But anyway, I thought it will be sometime happening European session or further American. But of course, I thought if it will be early European session, and I wouldn't be able to see it. But I already had this pullback, and I didn't have this on pound dollar. That's why, guys, I didn't place the orders on pound dollar, but I placed the orders on pound yen because of that move. So yes, pretty nice movement. So now you see here looking like a little bit of the triangle, or could be like a beach or something, just a little bit. I'm waiting for a possible breakout. Of course, here is my buy order and here's my sell order. That's it. Of course, once again, with the sell order, need to be really careful because it could be very small movement. We found up going more again, right? Seeing more continue the way up, and again, I'm not going to activate the orders just yet, only after the change in the day. Okay, so now I'm going to leave it for the Asian session. Of course, I do not expect again the same movement tonight, but you never know. Who knows? Maybe it will. We will see. But at this moment, yes. So that's the orders for pound yen. Gold also had a really nice trade, and so as you can see, guys, actually it worked out as exactly as the expected. You see here where I said it was possible to place the buy order, pending order again for that move. Remember I told you it's probably not going to touch. That's exactly what has happened. During the Asian session, moved up, and it came back and started to consolidate. So that's where I placed, activated my orders again, guys. Exactly in the same place where you saw it me yesterday. And here we go. That's your wonderful, beautiful trade and movement down. So it did actually had a jump very sharp, so it was not possible for me to get into other trades. So I had no buy here, and now it does look like it's continuing the way up. And I don't have any pending orders at this moment, so because it's still moving and we need to see. I mean, yes, we are, remember the double bottom, we went up a bit. This is a bit of a correction possible of this movement, and if it's had enough, then of course possible it will continue the way up. And at the same time, we are still in a downtrend channel. which is also this is the down, and this is the correction for the downtrend, right? So that's why, yes, again, it might continue the way up again. So we do actually have, let's say, two indication of that movement that possibly will continue the way up. And well, and then we will see. Will it try to break out or it will be turning? So yes, but you never know once again. And at this moment, as I'm saying, there is nothing for me to get into the trade. What I'm going to do and wait here, you see, if we're going underneath this level, for example, yes, again, the movement might happen during Asian session. So if it will happen during Asian session, start to consolidate in here, then I will use exactly the same channel. But I don't think it will happen that way. I would see if possibly can just jump over it and then go a bit higher or stop a little bit higher, or it might turn around. Okay, I mean, like touch it and turn around and get it somewhere around here. So that's quite possibilities, different possibilities right now. You see, guys, if here I had something, right, and that's why I was showing you exactly where to place orders, where I was placing orders. Right now, I can't say where they're going to be. So you see, if we're slowly going inside, then we're using the same. If we're sitting underneath this level and consolidate, then possibly using this level as a buy, and the sale would be already lower. So it's not going to be like you might say, okay, we broke out and this could be pullback. No, guys, we broke out here, and that was considered as a pullback. So when we broke out, this is a second time breakout and a sharp jump back. So that's why I don't consider this as a pullback, because it would be a second time, okay? And this would be more looking like it's just changing the direction. It's more like I want to go up and higher, okay? So that's why I will not exclude that it might actually ignore this place and then have a bit of a correction and go back inside this channel, okay, this time. But that's why if it will sit underneath this level, I wouldn't use this one for sale, okay. It's because it might be a little bit lower, and this could be a return of our and resume of our uptrend movement of that up movement. Okay, so I hope you got what I mean. What I mean is actually waiting time. So let's see and wait where that movement is going to stop, because right now it's not stopping, it's not showing any slowing down. So which area? Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys, from me tonight, today, and I hope you liked the video. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe. Happy trading, and I see you hopefully in my next video tomorrow. Bye.